Hey superstars, hope you're doing awesome. So in this tutorial video for the week, we wanted to share something very powerful because as we all know, one of the most important things of having a business is to actually generate those clients so you can help more people, gain more impact and also income for your personal and financial freedom goals. So one of the things that we wanted to share is something very powerful because based on what we created for a particular client, Coach D, we actually created a reactivation campaign. So I wanted to share with you some of the information of the actual reactivation campaign that we created, the results, and also how you can duplicate that result to your own process and get those new clients coming in because as we created this campaign, Coach D got their first client from the campaign in a matter of like 3 to 4 days, and a lot of people actually had positive responses over the back end. So it's gonna be very powerful. Now one of the things that I want to show you is you don't have to actually build a new list because this one we've used Coach T's old list around 100 people and just reactivated them through an email and text follow up. So I wanted to show you first how the follow up campaign looks like. So I'm going to share with you. I'll go to marketing. Oh, sorry, automations. And then on here under the workflow, okay, actually it's under campaigns. So you see right here is 30-day reactivation campaigns. I'm going to show you real quick how that looks like. So as you see, we have here one email, one SMS, and then another SMS, email, SMS, email, SMS, SMS, email, SMS 6. So we have four total emails and we have six SMS. So based on like the results, we saw a lot of positive responses through SMS. So it's very powerful to actually have that on your sequence because all of the time people, are using their phone. Once they wake up, before they go to bed, they always see one of the things that they always check is their messages from their phone numbers. So it's important that you have that sequence as well. So let me just show you real quick how that looks like per sequence. So this is the email one that we've created. It's a very um, not exactly simple, but it's a straightforward email. Like you don't have to have this very long email for this to work. You just have to be creative on how you're going to reactivate your client or list, and also making sure that you relaunch something, because you don't actually even have to create a new product or offers. You can just relaunch your current offers to your existing list and make sure that they know, because people forget all the time, and it's important that you always follow up with them, make sure that you are on top of their mind. So reactivation campaign would be awesome. So let me show you real quick. This one is a custom field as usual. That's very important, even on the subject line, and even using like words like "we're back" so people get curious of what's happening you know so in here, making sure you have an introduction and just a statement in here about to work with them or reconnecting, and also making sure that you have like bold statements on your email so you direct them to that information, which is kind of like saying you have new programs or you're relaunching your products or something, so they'll get curious. And one of the things that's very important is you actually ask a question, you know, because you want to have a conversation with them. And obviously, for those that doesn't want to, answer a question or email back, they want to have like a link where they can get more information. So that's going to be powerful as well. You can put some call to actions. So what we did on the first email is actually to book a call with T and Sam so that they can answer the questions of that particular lead, for example. So that's like the email one. The SMS one is more powerful because this is where we got a lot of interested people. Like they literally reply back to this message, and on email there's like a good turnaround of the email deliverability and the open rate, but not so much in terms of like the reply back. But in SMS, a lot of people actually reply back, and it's not just a simple reply. It's very interesting leads, asking questions, and sharing what they have going on, and potentially wanting to work with Coach T and Sam. So this is the copy of that. So it's pretty much, like saying excited to reconnect, like rephrasing what we have on email one, and then what we did was ended it with a question. So this is, where people actually answer the question. So that those are the things that you wanna do on your own campaigns as well, those kind of format and formula, and then obviously utilizing email and SMS. So if you see this is an immediate message, and then after 5 minutes he'll be receiving the SMS, and then we have 2 days break, another SMS again. So this is the copy of that. So the difference would be, there's a new CTA here, a call to action, which would be sending them to the landing page so people can get more information on that page. So that's very important because it builds trust and credibility to your leads. They can see what you have and what you offer, and they can determine on their own that if they want to work with you or not. So important that you have that landing page up to date as well, and making sure that you have like a lot of photos about you, because people connect when they see faces. So that one, and then we have here email two. So this is sort of like creating a narrative, you know, so they can relate. So a hack or a tip for this, you don't have to actually create like a brand new email copy. What you can do is go to your Instagram or Facebook and look for something that you've posted in the past, and check whether you have like a good engagement from there. If you have, this particular post like unexpectedly a lot of people actually connected with, like a lot of people commented or liked or share that post, then it's a good topic, and you want to use that, recycle that to your email copy. So just use that information, and then make sure that you obviously change some verbiage so it fits with your email. So this one is what I actually did for Coach T. So I went to her Instagram and find something that's very powerful to share to her clients. So, they can relate to that, and sort of like, show them how Coach T can actually help them solve their problems or something like that. So I'm not gonna go deeper into this because it's gonna be different for every niche. So that's just one tip that you can actually do. And then obviously making sure you have another SMS, because that's very powerful. So like asking questions, and then obviously attaching some testimonials, and not just words, but obviously adding like a photo as well so they can see the actual result. And then another email. This is from another post that I did that we've recycled and made sure it's more powerful. And then this one is another SMS, sort of like giving free value, right? So sending them a link to a podcast where they can watch that and gain value. And one of the benefit of this as well is that you can drive them to wherever you want to drive them. So in this case, we wanted them to go to Coach T's Instagram. So, apart from giving them free value, they're going to go to Instagram because that's where they're going to watch the video, and then they're gonna obviously check T's profile, which is amazing because she has a lot of going on, um, a lot of things like awesome things that she's showing on the Instagram account. So it's good that they can see that. So it builds more trust and credibility as well. Sad. Another is an SMS 5. after 3 days, and this one giving them access to a community where they can actually join, and just connect with like-minded people, because a lot of people actually love that. And if you see right here, this is awesome photo of tea. So like I mentioned, people connect with faces, so it's important you have that as well on your sequences, even on text messaging. And then another email. So this is kind of a handling objection handling email, like thinking of some most common things that people think on their head, which is the reason why they're not moving forward with your offer. So something like that, addressing that, giving them the answer even if they haven't really asked that question yet, because based on experience, that those are the questions that your ideal clients always ask about. So that's good as well that you put that, and then making sure you have like a link where they can go to either a call or your landing page. And then one last thing, this is um, very powerful as well, because as you see, this is a 30-day nurturing sequence, and it doesn't go like every day. It's important you have the timing right as well, so it works. But also making sure that you give them an avenue to connect even further after the campaign. So whether you want them to join a Facebook group so you can continue your nurturing there, because follow up um, does not end, right? You don't end after 30 days, after 60 days, after a year. You always have to follow up. Even if they become a client, you need to follow up with them, check in how they're doing, because that's you know, an added service and also an upsell, potential upsell for that signed client already. So that's, some tips that I want to show you. And also, let me see, I'm not sure if was able to show you that, because this photo actually is not just a photo. So this is a custom image. So whatever the name of the lead, it actually populates that here. So as you see, it says girl, but if your name is, for example, Stacy, it would say excited to connect with you, Stacy. So that's going to be powerful as well, because people will, actually smile if they see the name on something, especially with your photo, because it feels like you really, are spending time to follow up with them. So those are just some tips that you can do. So yeah, you can actually, get some inspiration based on what we've created and relaunch your offer. You don't have to create one, and use your existing list, even if it's just 100, because that's gonna be powerful. Just to touch base with them and give them more information about you, because I guarantee you they forgot about you already. All right, cool. So yeah, if you don't want to do all of this, like T and Sam, because when they came in and wanted to actually have this in place, this is a part of our Dream Assistant membership program. So for those who are wondering what service can we provide, we can create this exact 30-day reactivation campaign based on your language and your ideal target market, and make sure that you get the results as well, because that's our primary goal, like delivering 5-star experience to all of our clients. So if you don't want to do that, I'll put a link in the description, and also you can visit ivyleads.com/gym assistant, and you can see the options on here. You have here the silver, the gold, and the platinum. So under the gold option or and platinum, you have the access to actually, you know, ask us to create that campaign, which is gonna be through text, email, and phone. And also for the platinum, but not just a campaign, you have another one done for you service. For the gold, if you want the campaign, you have another one. So there's a total of two done for you services per month. And this one is, three done for you services per month for the platinum. If you don't want to, spend or like invest in this membership, you can start with the silver option. You have a lot of access to some done for you services or tasks regarding your CRM. So if you want to automate some parts of your systems, this is going to be a good option to start, and then you can always upsell or upgrade to the gold and platinum members. All right, hope you learned something today, and super excited to hear from you whether you're able to create it. If you want to share that in the community, that's perfectly fine. We can take a quick look at what you're creating, and then we can give feedback to make sure that it just works. And yeah, hope you learned something today, and looking forward to all the abundance coming your way. Have a great weekend.